Have you ever found yourself caught in the overwhelming noise of the world, where distractions seem endless and your thoughts are a whirlwind of chaos? The constant rush, the to-do lists, the distractions, it's easy to feel like you're stuck in a state of mindlessness. And yet, in the midst of all this noise, there's a deep, calm focus that some people can effortlessly tap into. A state of mind where time seems to disappear, where energy flows without effort, and where the world around you fades into the background. This state of mind is called flow, and it's been the subject of countless studies and books, particularly by psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. But what if I told you that there's an ancient brain hack passed down through the centuries that can trigger this flow state almost instantly? What if this secret was held by the monks who devoted their lives to mastering the art of inner peace, focus, and meditation? In this script, we're going to explore the monk's brain hack that triggers an instant flow state. We'll delve into the powerful techniques monks have used for centuries and how you can apply these practices to unlock your own flow state, a state of mental power that can enhance your productivity, creativity, and emotional control. The brain and the flow state. To begin, let's take a moment to understand what happens in your brain when you're in a flow state. Scientifically, flow is often described as a mental state where you're fully immersed in a task and your mind operates at its highest level of performance. It's like being in the zone where everything just clicks and you're doing your best work effortlessly. Your brain waves slow down, your focus sharpens, and your sense of time becomes distorted. When you enter this state, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals: dopamine, norepinephrine, and endorphins, which heighten your sense of focus and motivation. It's like your brain enters a hyper-efficient mode, bypassing distractions and finding a clear path to success. However, achieving flow isn't always easy. It requires the right conditions, a balance between skill and challenge, a clear goal, and a deep sense of focus. Many people struggle with achieving flow because they lack the tools to control their minds and silence distractions. Now, here's where the monks come in. Monks have been practicing deep meditation and mindfulness techniques for thousands of years, all with the goal of mastering their minds. And one of the most powerful brain hacks they've discovered for accessing flow is incredibly simple. It involves shifting your attention and reprogramming your mind for a single point of focus. The monk's secret. Monks have a specific technique that they use to enter a state of deep focus and clarity, which is essentially their form of flow. It's rooted in mindfulness and meditation, but it goes much deeper than just closing your eyes and breathing. This technique is known as sankalpa, a Sanskrit word meaning intention or resolution. It is a powerful brain hack that combines both mental and physical elements to trigger flow. Sankalpa works by setting a clear and unwavering intention in the mind. But here's the twist. It's not just about saying a goal out loud or writing it down. It's about planting that intention so deeply into the subconscious that it becomes a guiding force in your life. This technique is often used in meditation, but it's also something monks practice throughout their day. Here's how it works. Before engaging in any activity, a monk would center themselves by focusing on their breath and then mentally affirming a single, simple intention, something like "I am present in this moment" or "I am calm and focused." This small mental resolution is like a reset button for the mind, aligning it with the task at hand and filtering out distractions. When this intention is set, the brain begins to narrow its focus on that goal. The thoughts that would typically scatter your attention begin to fade into the background. This creates a mental tunnel where only the most important information or actions can enter, and boom, you've triggered flow. By training the mind to concentrate on a singular intention, monks can slip into flow at will, regardless of external circumstances. The beauty of this technique is that it's not just about focusing on one thing. It's about syncing your brain and body with your intentions. It's about achieving coherence between your mental state and your actions. The science behind the monk's brain hack. So, why does this technique work so well? To understand this, we need to look at how our brains work when we are multitasking. Multitasking contrary to popular belief, doesn't actually make us more productive. It divides our focus and creates mental fragmentation. This is why we often feel mentally exhausted by the end of the day. We're trying to juggle too many things at once, and the brain simply can't handle it. The monk's practice of setting a single, clear intention helps avoid this mental fragmentation. It's like decluttering the mind and giving it a clear directive. Neuroscience shows that when we focus on one task, our brain can enter a high-performance state, maximizing cognitive resources to achieve that task. The more we practice this technique, the more our brain becomes conditioned to switch into flow effortlessly. The power of Sankalpa also lies in its ability to tap into your subconscious mind. When you affirm a goal or intention and repeat it over time, you're programming your subconscious to support that goal. This is the same principle behind affirmations, but the monk's version is much deeper. It's not about merely repeating words. It's about truly aligning your mind and body with a purpose. How to use the monk's brain hack in your life. Now that you understand the power behind this ancient technique, let's look at how you can use it in your own life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an athlete, or a student, you can apply the monk's brain hack to enter flow and perform at your peak level. Set your intention. The first step is to choose a clear, singular intention. It can be something simple like, I will focus on this task, or I am present in this moment. The key is to make it direct, simple, and aligned with what you need to accomplish. Meditate for a few minutes. Before diving into any task, take a few moments to center yourself. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and clear your mind of distractions. This doesn't need to be a long meditation, just a few minutes of stillness to calm your mind and body. Affirm your intention. Once you feel calm, repeat your intention mentally. Visualize it as if it's already happening. Feel the emotions associated with it, whether it's a sense of clarity, achievement, or peace. Focus on the task. As you begin your task, keep your intention in mind. Whenever distractions arise, gently bring your focus back to your goal. The more you practice, the easier it will be to stay focused and enter flow. Trust the process. The more you practice, the more automatic it will become. Trust that by focusing your mind, your body, and your energy on a singular purpose, you can access flow at will. Conclusion. The monk's brain hack for triggering flow is simple, yet powerful. It's about setting a clear, intentional focus and training your mind to block out distractions. By integrating this practice into your daily life, you can access the flow state more easily, unlocking your true potential in every aspect of your life. Whether you're working, creating, or just living in the moment, the monk's secret to flow can guide you toward mastery and peace. Remember, the mind is a tool, and with the right practices, you can harness its full power. So, the next time you need to focus, to create, or to perform at your highest level, try the monk's brain hack. Your flow state is waiting. The monk's brain hack that triggers instant flow state, Part 2. Deepening the practice, mastering the art of presence. In our last segment, we explored how the monk's brain hack, setting a clear, singular intention, can trigger an instant flow state. But the technique doesn't just stop at the mental affirmation of a goal. To truly master this practice and enter a flow state at will, there's a deeper layer to uncover. This layer is all about the cultivation of presence and discipline in every aspect of your life. It's about refining the mind's ability to become a silent observer, allowing the flow to occur naturally without resistance. Let's dive deeper into how monks harness their presence, sharpening their mental clarity, and how you can apply these deeper elements to take your flow state practice to new heights. The power of the present moment. The first key element in triggering flow instantly is the ability to be fully present. This is where the monk's teachings go beyond simple focus. The monks practice mindfulness not only during their meditation sessions, but also in every aspect of their daily life. Their entire lifestyle revolves around staying anchored in the present moment, a state of mind where distractions are irrelevant and only the task at hand exists. Presence is essential because it's what allows us to access flow. When we are present, our minds aren't drifting toward past regrets or future anxieties. We're not thinking about what we should have done or what might happen next. Instead, we're fully engaged in the now. This deep sense of presence is what enables the mind to work at its optimal level. It's what lets us harness the full power of our cognitive abilities without the weight of unnecessary distractions. Monks achieve this deep presence through constant practice. They use their breath, their movement, and their thoughts as tools to anchor themselves in the present. Whether they are walking, eating, or meditating, everything is done with complete awareness. This is why meditation is so crucial in their practice. It's through sustained focus on the breath or a mantra that monks refine their ability to be present. The more you practice presence, the more effortless it becomes to enter a flow state. When you become present, you're no longer battling with distractions. You're simply absorbed in the task at hand, and that is where flow thrives. Discipline and consistency, the monk's secret to lasting focus. While intention and presence are key to triggering flow, there's another element to the monk's practice that often goes unnoticed: discipline. Monks are not born with the ability to stay focused. It is something they develop over years of disciplined practice. Discipline, in the context of the monk's life, is the foundation upon which every aspect of their being rests. It's a commitment to showing up every single day, regardless of mood or external conditions, and staying dedicated to their path. They don't rely on motivation alone. They've learned that consistency in their practices is what produces the results. The same principle applies to triggering flow. While the brain hack of setting intention is a powerful tool, the practice of consistently entering flow requires discipline. You must be willing to make the time to prime your mind for flow regularly, without excuses or delays. Whether it's a morning ritual of setting intentions or taking time throughout the day to refocus your mind, it's through the steady and consistent effort of discipline that flow becomes accessible. Monks, in their way, approach their daily tasks as sacred. Every action, no matter how small or mundane, is performed with the utmost care and focus. From sweeping the floor to chanting their mantras, there is no small task. Every moment holds the potential for flow. The key is to treat every moment as an opportunity to practice being present and focused. You can begin to cultivate this discipline by creating a simple daily ritual that helps prime your mind for flow. It could be as simple as spending 5 minutes each morning setting an intention, followed by a moment of mindfulness. Over time, these small practices compound and allow you to enter flow with greater ease. The breath, unlocking the power of your body. Another deeply transformative practice monks use to trigger flow is the conscious use of breath. The breath is the link between the mind and the body. It's one of the few automatic functions that we can consciously control. In fact, your breath is often the first place where monks will direct their attention when trying to calm the mind and enter flow. Monks practice breathing techniques, such as pranayama in yoga, which has been shown to improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance mental clarity. By focusing on the breath and controlling its rhythm, they're able to quiet the mind and prepare it for heightened concentration. The slower, deeper the breath, the more relaxed the body and the clearer the mind becomes. This connection between body and mind helps induce the flow state by clearing out tension and opening the channels for heightened performance. When you combine breath work with intention setting and mindfulness, you begin to synchronize your entire being, mind, body, and emotions to access flow at will. You start by taking slow, deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of air entering and exiting your body. With each breath, you're grounding yourself in the present moment. By focusing on this rhythm, you're creating an environment in your body and mind that is conducive to flow. You're giving your brain the best chance to work at its peak capacity. The power of rituals and routines, creating your own flow triggers. Monks don't rely on fleeting moments of inspiration or motivation to enter a flow state. Instead, they rely on rituals and routines to anchor them in their practice. Rituals are like anchors for the mind, creating mental cues that signal the body and brain to enter a particular state. A monk's routine is designed to prime the mind for deeper focus, allowing them to slip in a flow effortlessly. You can use this same principle in your life by creating rituals that trigger your flow state. Maybe it's a specific playlist you listen to before starting your work. Or perhaps it's a particular tea or incense you light before diving into a project. By setting up these cues, you condition your mind to enter a focused, productive state whenever you perform the ritual. Start by experimenting with different rituals, noticing how your mind responds to each one. Over time, you'll find the ones that work best for you, and these rituals will become your personal flow triggers, tools that help you enter flow on command. Applying the monk's flow to your life. By now, you should have a deep understanding of how monks enter their flow state and how you can apply their methods to your own life. Here's a step-by-step guide to making these practices your own. Create a flow ritual. Begin each day with a short ritual that centers your mind, whether it's meditation, breathing exercises, or setting an intention. Use your breath. Learn to control your breath to relax and focus your mind. Incorporate deep breathing into your daily routine, especially before entering high-concentration tasks. Focus on presence. Throughout the day, make a conscious effort to stay present. Use mindfulness techniques to refocus your attention whenever distractions arise. Stay disciplined. Commit to these practices consistently. Discipline, not motivation, is what will allow you to unlock flow on command. It's the small daily habits that create long-term success. Anchor your mind with rituals. Develop personal rituals that signal to your mind that it's time to enter a flow state. The more specific and meaningful these rituals are, the more powerful they become. Conclusion. The monk's brain hack for triggering instant flow is not just a one-time technique, but a lifestyle of intentional focus, presence, and discipline. It's a practice that transcends mere productivity and taps into a deeper, more meaningful way of living. By committing to these practices and making them a part of your daily routine, you unlock the door to your highest potential. Flow isn't something that happens by chance. It's something you can cultivate, a powerful state of mind where you perform at your peak, tap into your deepest creativity, and experience your best self. Through the monk's ancient techniques, you can access this state at will, creating the mental clarity and focus you need to master your craft, your life, and your inner world. Are you ready to unlock your flow state? The monk's brain hack is waiting for you. For Omini.